So here's a short story, or more like a post actually, about a guy who handles things like a boss upon finding out that his girlfriend of 5 years is cheating on him. And the way he does it, she never saw coming. But here's the thing, our guy here is not without fault. This guy, his girlfriend here, is a known cheater. Yeah, he got together and stayed with a girl for 5 years who was once married and cheated on her husband. And this is a classic example lesson here, guys. Number one, once a cheater, always a cheater. A leopard does not change his spots. And you find out that your girl cheated in the past on a boyfriend or a husband, it is very likely, almost darn much a guarantee, that she's going to do it to you when she's bored or she feels like her needs aren't being met or some excuse she can come up with. Instead of just breaking it off with you, moving on with the other guy, she'll cheat and juggle both guys. Never ever get involved with a cheater. And of course, gentlemen, always trust your gut. When something doesn't seem right, listen to it and do some investigating. Title: My living girlfriend's planning a weekend with a man she cheated on with her ex-husband. It says here, this was a 5-year relationship. My now ex-girlfriend planned to spend a weekend in a van with another man that she'd cheated on with her ex-husband prior to meeting me. I should explain some backstory. You better explain some backstory. Why the hell are you with her if you know she's a cheater? Oh yeah, smack, almost forgot. The ex-girlfriend likes to run marathons. We had a plan to spend the weekend in Lutzen, across the border in the U.S., so she could run her marathon there. We booked a hotel months prior. As the event came closer, she was spending a lot of time on her phone with other co-runners who had planned to run in this event as well. Okay, always on the phone. There's a sign. Well, a few weeks before the event, she tells me she's just going to drive down there by herself, sleep in her car, and run the marathon in the morning instead of us spending the weekend in a hotel. Yeah, right. Red flags. I knew something was up, and I said nothing. Are you kidding me? Really? She expects this guy to believe? She really must think he's dumb. But then again, he got together with a known cheater. That she was going to spend the night in a car, sleeping in a car, before the next morning she was going to run a marathon, 26 miles, give or take. Yeah, sure. The affair partner is also a runner who is also attending the marathon event. As luck would have it, she stepped outside to look after her dogs for a moment, leaving her phone on still in messages, and there I found her plan to spend the weekend in a van with a man, the affair partner. Well, still, okay, a van, that's better than being curled up in the back of your freaking, Ford Escape or something. But still, in a van to go run 26 miles, must be one comfortable van. Here's a question. If this is the guy she cheated with before and her ex-husband, why didn't she get together with the cheater, with this guy, the affair partner? I'll tell you why. Because obviously he's probably a thug, a lowlife, a chatter tyro, and that won't commit to her, and she wants the best of both worlds. The guy a guy that can help provide and pay for the bills, someone that she can, show as her boyfriend, but meanwhile have her fun on the side. Scumbag. Anyhow, I quickly videotaped the message so I could read it later clearly. I said nothing to her that evening and went to bed having to work in the morning. I admire his ability to keep cool during this whole thing and not let her catch on. Well, before I go to work, I always gave her a kiss. I did so reluctantly before I left to not raise any suspicions. She was not working at the time due to a small wrist injury. Well, now we know why she's with him. Hey, this guy will pay all the bills. As I stewed at work, thinking of how betrayed I'd been, she texted me saying, "I hope you're thinking of me." And I replied in text, yes, and sent her the videotape of her message to him, telling him how much she misses him and so on. She wasn't expecting that. Her reply text is quick to apologize and say she should have never done it. I said I can no longer trust you and that it is over. She was gone before I got home the day after work. She had gone to her mother's home where she and her sister had lived prior to her moving into my home. Done. There you go. Short and sweet, to the point. But here's the thing, guys. Like I made the point, don't ever get involved with a cheater. Ever. Because guess what? They're going to do it to you. And I also want to point out that obviously people, when they get used to not getting caught, in the beginning they'll cover their tracks, but eventually they start getting sloppy because they figure, hey, I'm never going to get caught. And that's clearly what she was doing here. I mean, really slipping in a freaking van before running a 26-mile race? You got to be kidding me. you know. But anyhow, no shame whatsoever. So now she'll probably just try to rope in the affair partner, but no doubt he's not going to commit to her, and she'll find the next sucker, because there's always a sucker out there, and the same cycle will repeat. But at least this guy, hopefully he learns. Now some comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says, this is how cheating and closure is handled. Say what you need to say without having to be over the top or something prolonged. Just short and quick to the point, rip the band-aid off, and move on. Congrats to you. Yeah, I'm glad that he didn't drag this whole thing out. Another one, boss move. I'm sure her story to her mom and sister at the breakup was your fault. You're abusive, you didn't pay enough attention to her, she was unseen, you grew apart, you cheat on her. I would go nuclear if she did this. Or you kicked her out for something that was ridiculous. Yeah, someone like this that has no standards, no integrity, I guarantee you she will blame it on, because she'll convince herself. People like this will always convince themselves that what they're doing is justified, but yet never seem to break up the relationship. Another one, this guy says, if they had cheated before, they will cheat again. Cheaters can always find justification for cheating whenever they want it. They can have a million excuses or give no explanation at all, and simply move on without accepting responsibility and having zero accountability. They continue on damaging the dating pool for their own fickle amusement. And last one, some cheaters are so sloppy, it must be in their audacity to think that no one is going to catch on to their shady behavior. Or they're a narcissist and just don't care if they get caught. You made the right move. There's really nothing she could say to explain away her deception or you of any apology deep enough to heal the pain that she caused. So why bother listening to a liar gaslight and blame you for their despicable actions? All that needs to be said is, you're a cheater and a liar, it is over. Never contact me again, and I don't waste time on people like you. Good luck and all the best for the future. Well, I do wish this guy all the best, and I hope he learns from this, but some people do, some people don't. But at least you guys watching this, wherever you are in the world, you can learn from this guy how he handled it right upon finding out, but also learn not to get involved with someone like that. But the sad thing is, there's a never-ending shortage. There's a never-ending supply of guys, of foolish, naive guys that will get involved with a girl like that, even though they know about her past, because they'll believe her waterworks, they'll believe her I've changed, and not to mention she's good-looking. Well, that's a whole different thing in the equation here in terms of her looks and body type, because guys are just stupid and think with her you know what. But anyhow, guys, there you go, lesson learned.